Good morning, all of you. This is Nageswara, Assistant Professor of Physics, Government Degree College, Chindalapudi. Today, in this presentation, we will discuss about what is solar cooker, how many types of solar cookers are available, and what are the advantages and what are the demerits. Before discussing about the solar cooker, what is solar energy? We know solar energy is nothing but it is a radiation coming from the sun. We have numerous applications of this solar energy, such as direct thermal applications and indirect applications. In a direct thermal applications, which is using for hundreds of years for the drying, cooking, and etc. In indirect thermal applications, nowadays we are producing electricity by using solar panels. So today, in this presentation, we will discuss about solar cooker. We know our country is totally number of villages we have. They are utilizing 95% of energy for the consuming for cooking. And also they are utilizing firewood, coal, kerosene, cooking gas, and agriculture waste for the cooking purpose. All these are conventional energy resources, maybe not be available for a future. In this crisis, we want to depend on alternative energy source. That one of the alternative energy source is solar energy. So that solar cooker is a relevant instrument for the present fuel consumption throughout the world to save conventional energy resources. Of course, in India, the solar cooker is developed by M.K. Ghosh in 1945, and he is a freedom fighter. So this is one of the solar cooker. When this is the energy sun rays is incident on this area and is reflecting back. These rays are supposed to concentrate this center. This is the vessel for the cooking food. So the temperature at this region is more and the cooking time reduces. This is one type of the solar cooker. This is another type of solar cooker, just like box type solar cooker, and in which there is a cooking for material is kept inside of the box. Due to this solar radiation, after some time, the food is ready after cooked. Basically, we have three types of solar cookers depending on the design, and one of them is flat plate box type solar cooker, and the second one is multi-reflector type solar cooker, and third one is parabolic concentrator type solar cooker. So one by one, we will discuss what about these. You see, this is the box type of solar cooker. Of course, it is a flat plate box type solar cooker. So it is a totally we have like a look like a box, and the cooking material with utensils are kept inside this box. And if this cap is closed with the glass window, if the sun rays is incident normally on this glass window, those radiation which entered into this box and cook the food will ready. And the second one is multiple reflectors of solar cooker. Of course, these are the reflectors. When the sun radiation is incident on these reflectors, reflected and going inside of this box, so that the temperature of this solar cooker increases, so the cooking food time decreases. And third one is parabolic concentrated solar cooker. It produces high temperature and so that the cooking time very reduced. So in this flat plate box type solar cooker, we obtain up to 160 degrees Celsius of temperature if with a single reflector. Of course, in multiple reflector, there is a number of reflectors. Most probably 2 or 3 reflectors will be used. It is shaped in a triangle or rectangular, so that the temperature is increases up to 200 degrees Celsius using this multiple reflector in the cooking zone. So the temperature increases is nothing but the cooking time decreases. Of course, in the parabolic type this concentrator, the solar cooker temperature obtained of the order of 450 degrees Celsius. This temperature is very high in comparison with the flat plate box type solar cooker, so that the cooking time was very reduced. It means that in this parabolic disk type concentrator, all these radiations are supposed to concentrated in a focal point. You see here. This is the parabolic type disk type concentrator. When the sun rays is incident on this disk, this ray is supposed to be concentrated at this place. Of course, we may assume one of the example that in our childhood days, we will use magnifying glass to concentrate the sun rays into the single point. Then we can burn paper and maybe cotton also. Why it is because of all the rays which is incident on the convex lens, that may be magnifying glass. All these rays are supposed to be concentrated in a single point, so that way the temperature is increases enormously. So at higher temperature, it burns. Same principle will be used here. Maybe here it will be reflected back in the magnifying glass, refraction occurs. At this cooking zone, the temperature is very, very high. That is nearly 150 degrees Celsius. So that cooking time is very, very reduced. So this is the block diagram of the parabolic disk type concentrator, a type solar cooker. So this is the building upstairs on which this a concave reflector. It is a support, that is cooking zone, where this is the vessel. When the sun radiation is incident on this, these rays reflected back and are supposed to be concentrated at the cooking zone, so that the temperature is increases very high, so that the cooking time will reduce. Of course, this is mounted on the top of the building, so that most radiation will be absorbed by this reflector type solar cooker. Of course, the box type solar cooker is shown in this figure. The solar rays penetrate through the glass. This is on the top of this. This is filled with the glass plate, and the inner side is painted black, because we know black paint will absorb all the radiations, so that the temperature increases sharply. So the solar radiation entered into this box is a very shorter wavelength. Higher wavelength is blocked by this glass plate. The two glass cover is provided to minimize the heat loss due to this convection on the top. And of course, a rubber strip is also arranged around this glass plate to minimize the heat loss due to convection. Because in due to convection, the heat loss occurs due to the motion of the particles from one place to surroundings. But there is no chance it is totally closed, so that there is no molecules of atmosphere will move outside, so that the temperature kept constant, or maybe it is increased due to this radiation and due to this reflection. So the heat loss does not occur due to the convection, due to this glass plates and our rubber strip around it. And of course, to minimize the heat loss due to conduction, there is a surrounding this box, or maybe bottom and the side of this box is kept with the just like a glass, or maybe sawdust, or any other material, maybe cloths, or maybe thermocol, because they reduce the heat loss due to this conduction. And of course, within the type of solar cooker is placed in the sun radiation, the blackened surface absorbing sun rays, and the temperature inside the box starts rising. At this high temperature, the food cooks. The cooking parts, which are also blackened and are placed inside the inside with food material, get heat energy, and food will be cooked in a certain period of time, depending on the actual temperature outside inside. So this is the black surface. This is black painted, so it is absorbed all the radiation. And of course, if the utensils also painted black, then the total radiation is absorbed by these utensils. The temperature starts rising, the cooking time decreases. And the amount of solar radiation intensity can be improved by using mirrors, just like multiple reflector solar cooker. Due to these multiple reflectors, all these radiations are supposed to be concentrated inside of the box so that the temperature of the solar cooker increases. So that minimize the cooking time. So the solar cooker is made up of inner and outer matter is a wooden box with a double glass sheet on it. Solar cooker having dimensions 60 centimeter into 60 centimeter into 60 centimeter may cook food for family members having 5 to 6 members or maybe up to 7 members. So this is sufficient for the limited people we in house having. Of course, it takes different times for cooking foods. In case of vegetables, just the cooking time vary from half an hour to 2.5 hours. For example, very some of the vegetables cook very fast. In such cases, it may be close by half an hour. And of course, some of the vegetables who are hard, taking more time, nearly 2.5 hours. Of course, some of the grains, that is dals, can be cooked between 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If the sun radiation is sufficient. Of course, meat, we know, it takes more time. So that in case of solar cooker, it takes 3 to 4 hours if the sun radiation is sufficiently enough. Yes, so this is the about the construction and the different types of solar cookers. Now, what are the merits of solar cooker? The first merit is no attention is needed during cooking as in other devices. Because in conventional sources, where it is LP gas, maybe it is ordinary firewood cooking, there may be wall flow occurs without observing this area. But in this case, no special attention is required when the cooking material is kept inside of the box and sent out to the solar radiation. Then we can manage all the remaining box. After 2 to 3 hours, maybe depending on the cooking time, when you came outside and bring back, that is the food is ready. And no fuel is required because only solar radiation is enough. That is not for the cost. But in all the remaining cases, some fuel is required. And no pollution will be occur using this solar cooker because we are not using any conventional energy sources. And the negligible maintenance cost. Of course, remaining the conventional stoves, there may be maintenance cost is required. And to purchase some gas, maybe or electricity or maybe kerosene. But here there is no maintenance cost, almost zero. By using this cooking food in this solar cooker, vitamins not destroyed, and it is very nutritious food and delicious with a natural taste. And no problem of overflow during cooking because there is no more enough temperature, so that you cook food in without overflow. But some of the limitations we have when using the solar cooker, because it does not complete the cooking food in shorter time, so that one has to cook according to the sunshine. The menu has to be pre-planned. Because when we want to take a curry of meat in a rainy season, we cannot cook that meat because the temperature of the sun radiation is very, very low. So that we have to prepare the food according to the sunshine. And food cannot cook at a shorter time than compared with the conventional methods. Because due to this sun radiation, maybe at high intensity or low intensity. Of course, in the during cloudy days or night days, it will take nothing is possible to cook food, whatever it is. And it takes comparatively more time with conventional methods. And of course, chapatis cannot cook by using this solar cooker because for cooking chapatis, more temperature is required. These are the some of the demerits of the solar cooker. So thank you.